Good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome to the Mount Ida campus of UMass Amherst for today's NJCAA Region 21 men's basketball game between the visiting Massasoit Warriors and your MassBay Buccaneers. Let's meet the starting lineups first for the visiting Massasoit Warriors. At guard, sophomore from Boston, Mass, number 2, DeJohn Burke. At guard, freshman from Boston, Mass, number 5, Omari Brooks. At forward, a sophomore from Brockton, Mass, number 11, Brady Ford. At forward, a freshman from Brockton, Mass, number 23, John Francois. And at center, a sophomore from Izmir, Turkey, number 35, Mert Mavagos. The head coach of the Warriors is Rick Foster. And now, your MassBay Buccaneers. At guard, a freshman from Lynn, Mass, number 0, Josh Osawe. At guard, a freshman from Brockton, Mass, number 1, Ja'Cory McNeil. At forward, a freshman from New Orleans, Louisiana, number 3, Lyle Nelson. From Brockton, Mass, number 5, Ezekiel Johnson. And forward, a freshman from Canton, Mass, number 14,
Lionel's a sophomore, by the way. From the Mount Ida campus of UMass Amherst in Newton, Mass, this is NJCAA Region 21 men's basketball here on LSP. The Massasoit Warriors taking on the MassBay Buccaneers. Massasoit entering play at 5-1, 4-1 in Region 21, and the Bucks at 3-2, all their games in Region 21. Good afternoon, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring the play-by-play story. I also just did the starting lineups in case you couldn't tell whose dulcet tones those were over the loudspeaker. Saeed Vasugi on camera. The Bucks 3-0 at home this season, 0-2 on the road. Rims out on the first three-point attempt. Stick back, third opportunity, third time is the charm for John Francois after the initial miss on the three-pointer by Brady Foreman. And Massasoit was 5-1 and 4-1 in Region 21 play, but with a net negative efficiency rating, out to an early lead. Now the rebound for the visitors from Massasoit. Massasoit in blue, MassBay in white. It'll be basically the same look on the return trip later this year when the Bucks visit the Warriors. 4-0 already. Massasoit off to a good start here. They've had some good success, but again, the efficiency rating, MassBay, their offensive efficiency, second best in Region 21. But a block by the tall center from Turkey, Mert Mavagos, allows Massasoit to start it up the other way. Looking to make it 3 buckets in a row to begin the ball game for the Warriors. Here's DeJohn Burton into the corner for Francois. No. And the weak side rebound by Dorsalis. Minute and a half gone by here in the first half. 4-0, Warriors on top of the Buccaneers. Here's the drive by Zeke, and he'll go to the line for 2. First foul will be assessed to Mert Mavagos. Well, unlike the last couple of games we had seen these Buccaneers, Darrell Hilliard not pulling the trigger on an early timeout after the first or second offensive possession by the visitors. Zeke makes the first one, and that cracks the goose egg. On the MassBay side, it is 4-1. 1 for 2 at the line is Zeke. Great hustle, though, to try and get the rebound back. Still battling for possession here And the call is going to be a jump ball. That'll give possession to the Buccaneers. So despite 1 of 2 at the line, the hustle by Johnson enables a fresh possession for the Buccaneers. And, the Warriors won the opening tip, right? Yeah. Hi, Jaishan. How you doing? Jaishan's a subscriber, a member, rather. Why aren't you? Here's Johnson. We'll see if the Bucs can get their first field goal of the game. Not going to happen there. The steal by Foreman, the outlet pass, and the layup for Francois. So Francois, a couple of field goals already. Foreman with the steal and the assist on the transition bucket, and it is 6-1. Osawe retains possession somehow. One-hand floater rims out, though. The rebound by Francois. Back the other way come the Warriors. A Euro step, miss, layup, stick back, not there either for Brooks. Missed opportunity there for the Warriors in response. Not there. Rebound, stick back, still not there. My goodness. The bad bounces this time at the rim piling up for the Buccaneers, and now a foul. Kind of amazing at this juncture that it's 6-1. MassBay still without a field goal despite, second and third chance opportunities and some decent looks. I mean, not everything's going to go, but tough pill to swallow so early in the game, certainly. 7-1 is our score. Second free throw upcoming for Dejon Burton. Now, I told myself before this game that I was going to try and limit my commentary because I've been kind of under the weather lately. It's been so much of a sore throat, but like chest congestion and, some couple Mucinex throughout the day, and hopefully that'll keep these dulcet tones intact. First field goal finally for the Bucs, nearly an answer right away. Second opportunity, third opportunity taken away from Francois. Johnson tried to ward off his man a couple times there. Now from the free throw line, it is Lionel Nelson, sophomore Lionel Nelson, by the way. How did I had the roster online, but how did MassBay hand me a roster with every detail you'd want about the players except their classes? Press for time around these parts. I mean, I agreed to do the intros of the starting lineups. That's kind of on me, but anyways. Moving on. Also the positions aren't, I guess, officially listed. But then again, positions don't really matter these days, and certainly in college basketball. I belong to a group of public address announcers on Facebook, as there's a layup for Osawe to cut the Massasoit lead to 1. Good full court press here will force ball out of bounds, and Massasoit will reset. But as I was saying, I belong to a group of public address announcers on Facebook. One of them shared a video of the lineup they did recently. This is a guy who does PA for Vanderbilt men's basketball, and they had a lineup entirely of point guards. Like even a guy at 6'7", although I guess in the modern basketball game, being 6'7" and being a point guard are not mutually exclusive terms. Okay, 8-7. Can MassBay take its first lead of the game here? Dorsalis out to Nelson, hands it back to Dorsalis, puts on the brakes, kick back out to Osawe, and that shot clock going in decimals. I mean, I don't know if you can see it, folks. We have the exact shot clock on our scorebook. Here's the steal by Osawe, and then the layup not there. Rebound tapped out to Brooks. Leaner back iron, no good. Rebound again to Massasoit. So, I don't know if you notice this, folks, but when the shot clock gets under like 10 seconds, you'll see the shot clock, represent 4.9876. There's no decimal there. Where we can get that. Oh! Dorsalis, the iron kind this time on the 3 ball that gives MassBay their first lead of the game. Well, the confidence was there today from Coach Hilliard not to pull the trigger on a timeout so soon. And now it's going to be Rich Fozza, the head coach of the Warriors, taking the first time out of the game, 10-8 with 14-13 left in the first half. Shipping Shields are the trusted eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors for yours truly's side hustle. But then again, my entire career is side hustles at this point. Visit shippingshieldus.com and use the codes on your screen up to 3 times each for discounts on your orders. LSP does receive a cut of the proceeds from any orders placed with these codes, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. 10-8 is our score. Bucks on top of the Warriors, and we just lost the clock. There it is. Yeah, it's just the timeout clock up there on the clock over the basket. Get thrown off by those way too easily. My fatal flaw was assuming that anything would be easy. A Turkish demon, Mert Mavagos. All right. Well, Francois with another bucket. Leading scorer right now for the Warriors to get the game back to square one, 10-10. 6 minutes and change gone by here in the first half. Rebound tapped around, eventually collected by Brooks. 2-man game against 2 defenders, and Dejon Burton has earned a trip to the line. So Burton to the line for the second time. God. They can hear you in Wellesley right now. They're going to hear you on main campus. Burton on the season is a 75.7% free throw shooter and averages 21.8 points per game, which is tied for the team lead with Francois. Raquel, I don't think Ja'Cory has scored yet. 5, 7, 8. I did miss one basket in my stat sheet. I could check it at halftime, Raquel, but if he has any points, it's only as many as 2. Is that a 5-second? My goodness. Well, that's what you get, Raquel. There's your, that's not the announcer jinx, that's the Raquel jinx. Corey McNeil committing the 5-second violation. Now a timeout called by, or I don't know if it was 5-second or if Coach Hilliard did get the timeout beforehand. So timeout Bucks. Yep. I put the jinx on the audience this time. Nothing bad that happens is my fault. Believe me, folks, any announcer will tell you that if we could control the outcome with what we say down here or wherever in a press box, they're not paying us nearly enough. Like, what are we supposed to do, not tell you what's going on? It's one of the fallacies of not mentioning a perfect game in progress you're calling baseball. Omari Brooks, however, with a 3-pointer, the first 3-ball of the game for Massasoit, and their lead is up to 4 now, 14-10. A 6-0 run now by the Warriors. Can the Bucks cool them off? Here comes Zeke, loses the handle, turnover to Francois all the way and to the cup. 8 in a row now by the Warriors. Another. Is he going to secure possession is the question. Burton, and he did not. So it is going to be MassBay ball behind the half-court line. Coach Faza just getting clarification on the ruling, and out of bounds off blue, right? Oh, okay. Now, apparently Massasoit thought was a 10-second on MassBay. Well, didn't take nearly that long for Zeke to pick up the field goal to get the deficit back down to 4. 16-12. Burton into the corner, gets it back. Swung over to Brooks, back to Burton. Free ball. Side iron no good. Trying to spike the rebound off MassBay player was Igwe. And MassBay has possession, chance to cut to 2 or 1 here. Step back 3. Front iron no good. The rebound straight to Burton. 16-12 is our score. Just over 8 minutes gone by here in the first half. And another 3 ball for Amari Brooks. Second 3 of the game for him. And this is time for the largest lead of the game for the Warriors. 19-12 is our score. That's an 8-1 advantage. Is it 8-1? 6 more. Yeah, that is a backcourt. Johnson dribbled it over the midcourt stripe. And another timeout. Coach Hilliard not happy with what's going on right now with his squad. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot. Whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for all the deets. 19-12 is our score. MassBay trailing Massasoit. Massasoit hoping to hand MassBay their first loss at home of the season. Should have done that sooner. Put up the who you got, Paul. But there it is for you. Only 2 fouls aside so far in the first 8 or 9 minutes of this first half, which is a refreshing change of pace from what we have seen the first 3 MassBay home games. We've seen the fouls pile up for one side or another early on. Right now, in terms of tempo and style of play, a little more what you might be accustomed to. Or at least what you'd expect here is a jump ball. So give possession to Massasoit as opposed to, a little rough and tumble and see if that trend continues. But for better or for worse, at least in the first 3 home games for MassBay, as Brooks just shy of Canning's 3rd three-pointer already. For better or for worse, foul trouble has been the difference. Been a real deciding factor in these first 3 games at home for the Bucks. Traveling call, turn it over to the Warriors. In the UCAP game, the foul count for MassBay allowed the Pointers to hang in there as long as they did. But the fouls, as Francois already into double figures. Warriors lead by 9. The foul trouble that Holyoke and Bristol got into ended up paving the way for MassBay to win games that otherwise might have gone the other way. At least with UCAP, we would consider MassBay the favorite in that game anyways, but it was much closer because of the foul trouble. For the Bucks, but credit to the Pointers, they played them tough. And one opportunity for Osawe, and boy did the Bucks need that. Because let's give MassBay credit where credit is due. You know, it can be frustrating to face that half-court trap of the Warriors as Osawe misses the free throw. The foul, by the way, was on Brooks, and that's his first. But they've done a good job getting the ball in deep and getting those high percentage looks right around the rim, and the rejection by Nelson on Judson Philogene. Wild layup, not going to go. And maybe not exactly that one, but there have been some very good, quality looks close to the basket for the Bucks early on in this game, but just the bad bounces that they've been getting. Those will fall eventually, but you don't want to keep missing them at such a rate that it puts you in an early hole. You worry about that becoming an insurmountable deficit. Foul on MassBay. It'll be the second on Lance Dorsalis. Already with 2 fouls is Lance. We'll pass the halfway mark of this first half. 2 free throws upcoming for Francois, who's already into double figures. And he front irons the first one. Mentioned Francois tied for the team lead in points per game for the Warriors, but his free throw percentage not quite what it is compared to Burton's 59.4%. And about, what do you expect there? 1 and 2, at least for that trip. 22-14 is our score. Again, the half-court trap pays off. Steal by Brooks. Layup, no good. Osawe with the rebound. Leaner, losing the handle and then losing it out of bounds is Johnson. Just enough pressure. Didn't even have to make contact, didn't even have to block the ball, just lost the handle on his own, out of bounds. Now Massasoit only running with a 3-man bench right now. But MassBay, without the services of Braden Dunbeer, haven't had right now it looks only 7 at the moment available for the Bucks. The rebound by Brooks. Front iron. Tracked down by Nelson. Eurostat, no, again. Getting good positioning and good looks. Just unable to finish. It's got to change sooner rather than later. Igwe coming back in for Massasoit. Heem Levon checking in for MassBay. He'll check in for Nelson. Inbound into the 3 for Dorsalis. (22-17), and now the steal for Johnson. Chance to make it a one-possession game here for the Bucs. Dorsalis, jab step, head fake, Euro step. Foul, go to the line for two. Dorsalis with his second three just now, and a chance to get the Bucs within one possession, as that was just a quick rest for Nelson, it seems, as he's getting ready to check back in the next opportunity. Right now, the only other player for MassBay who hasn't taken off their warm-ups, as Levon checks back out, is Jacob Baliakwabwe, number 20 in white, number 1 in your hearts. And actually, this isn't going to be a shooting foul after all. Was not in the act of shooting. Interesting. All right, so just a fresh possession. And Dorsalis, no. And Igwe with the rebound. Burton, top of the arc, down low. Francois loses the handle. Outlet by Osawe. Scoop layup. Johnson draws the foul. And hey, talked about how the foul count against Holyoke and Bristol helped propel the Bucs to their wins against those squads. It's already foul number 6 on the Warriors as they take a timeout. Be the foul, first foul of the game on Brady Foreman. When I say LSP has something for everyone since 2011, I by God mean it. Sports, live events, pet sitting and walking, tech help, errands, and a whole lot more. Find out more information on our services by visiting our Thumbtack page or Linktree LSP37 or by emailing yours truly so we can proceed to give you what you need. Taking a look at the rest of the Region 21 men's basketball scoreboard. Springfield Tech and CCRI will tip off at 1. Bristol and Quincy will tip off at 2 in Worcester. And Holyoke and Roxbury will tip off at the Reggie Lewis Center at 3 o'clock. MassBay, after this one, their next game will be at Northern Essex. Tuesday night at 7:30. And they will return to Mount Ida on Saturday, December 7th for a noon tip-off against CCRI. First free throw is good for Johnson. Two for two at the line is Zeke. 3 for 4 for the game, and it is a one-possession game. 22-19. Trying to go down low for Igwe, but the steal by McNeil. Puts on the brakes, now drives, and gets it past the much taller Igwe. Sometimes you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And it is a one-point game. Hey, Raquel, how you doing? Burton drives. Wild layup will go to the line for 2. Foul is on Nelson, his first. First one rolls home for Burton. Two on that trip for DeJohn Burton. Back up to a 3-point game, 24-21 in favor of Massasoit. About 7.5 minutes left in the first half. McNeil looking for passing lane, finds Osawe, no. Burton with the rebound and the layup. That timeout. Massasoit seemed to do wonders, back-to-back field goals after the Bucks had gotten it to within one. My mistake, 4 in a row. The 2 free throws by Burton, so 4 points in a row by Burton. I'm all right. And so is Ezekiel Johnson with his first 3 of the game. Get the lead back down to 2, 26-24. Burton looking to answer, rims out. Nelson with the rebound. Step back by Dorsalis, 3-ball, Zeke! Johnson into double figures, MassBay back in front by 1, 27-26. 6.5 to go. First half. Burton directing traffic. Into the corner for Foreman, kicks it back out. Swung over to Brooks for 3, no! Igwe with the rebound into the corner. Foreman, cross-court pass. Burton, fade away, no! Rebound Johnson. Johnson uses the screen but slips in the key. Ball still loose somehow. Turnover to McNeil. Oh, we got a player down. Osawe favoring his knee. Oh boy, well, a reprieve for the Bucks anyways to get the turnover. Keep possession after Foreman kind of threw it away after Johnson had lost the handle. And Osawe limping off the court. He'll be replaced by Levon coming back onto the court, but there's got to be another spot where might want to wipe up. I think closer to the key because that's where Zeke slipped. It was closer to the lane where it happened. Where, a little episode of Keystone Cops started anyways. All right, but remember, only 10 seconds here for the Bucks to shoot. Nelson, oh, he traveled. And again, you saw the 48 on the shot clock there. That was to indicate 4.8 seconds as opposed to 48 seconds. And I wonder if the referee's going to talk to the clock operator about that. I mean, if you have a moment to think about it, you can understand it, but if you're a player and you see that, it can throw you off big time, so it's not what you need. MassBay up by 1. Burton into the corner, 3-ball, Foreman. And a travel by MassBay, basically right next to their own hoop. Just bring the ball up court. Oh my goodness. Burton inbounds to Mavagos. Spot up 3, Burton, front iron, no good. Straight to Johnson on the rebound, meeting the backcourt pressure here. Ball taken away by Francois, goes out of bounds. And Hilliard not happy with the official for a lack of foul call there on Francois in that sequence. Under 5 minutes to go. Now, credit to Massasoit. I mentioned how the foul count, on Holyoke and Bristol helped propel MassBay to their victories over those teams. But what was it, 4 minutes of game time ago that the Warriors had picked up their 6th foul, so the MassBay's been in the 1-and-1 for a while, but they haven't drawn anything else on the Warriors since. Navagos cans it. First field goal of the game for the Turkish Demon. Is that actually his nickname, though, Tolga? Source? It was revealed to me in a dream, right? Navagos with a block. Johnson, only 8 to shoot. 5, 4, and poked away and stolen by Francois, but he kicked it out of bounds. A reprieve for the Bucks. Only 1 second to shoot. Oh, because they had no, I guess because they ruled Massasoit didn't have possession, and it's really all you can do in that situation if you're Zeke Johnson. And well, tough break, but good to see Osawe come back in the game after that slip earlier. (31-27), Foreman, cross-court pass. 3 ball is good. Heel. Doesn't look like a shot there. Oh, line drive. I don't know. Lead is back up to 7 now for Massasoit, which is kind of a lucky number for them. Haven't led by double digits yet, but they could change that on this possession. Navagos, travel? Yes, that is indeed the call. Another timeout called by the Bucks. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts. Or one of several different designs of sticker shirts or other merch, including some stuff with my dog Tina the Long Arena on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. LSP37.creative-spring.com for merch. SamFeelyPBP@gmail.com for game videos. 34-27 is our score in the first half. 6 fouls on Massasoit, but that's been the case for about 5 minutes of game time at this point. MassBay has been unable to draw more contact, draw more fouls on Massasoit and get to the line for 1-and-1s and possibly more. That's really what you're going to have to do in these last handful of minutes in this first half to try and claw into this one. But in Massasoit's defense, they got a much taller squad. You know, we don't have, you know, the depth or lack thereof is about the same right now for both teams. But when you have Navagos and Igwe and Francois patrolling down low, it is it's hard to get quality looks, and you know, not just have them rejected without, you know, risking too much contact. You know, that length is, you know, nothing to scoff at. Come on, Osawe, 3 minutes and change remaining, and again they have to go down low to try and, you know, rack up the foul count, but can they? Oh boy. Nelson face down on the baseline right now after he lost the handle against Mavagos. But I don't know, he can get a thumb in the eye or something because he is down. All right. Mind games? I don't know. Well, Baliaquabwe is going to come back in. I don't know, man. That's really my place to judge. You tell me, Jai Sean. Mavagos drops it off. Losing the handle, though, is Foreman. It will remain with Massasoit with 4.6 to shoot. And I think the official's telling the shot clock operator the same thing, having the same conversation. It's 4.6. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. It's 4.6 on the shot clock. I don't think there's any level of basketball where you even have 45 seconds to shoot. Mavagos, here's the 3 ball at the end of the shot clock, and that'll do it. I mean, you got a little bit of a better look, I guess, than Johnson's half-court heave, but I mean, it wouldn't be fair to tell the shot clock operator to put exactly 5 or exactly 4 on the clock, but I don't know, man. I don't operate those machines. I don't mess with those. Lionel Nelson with a field goal. Both offenses have been stagnant last couple of minutes, but now a steal by Johnson. Osawe, no. Rebound Francois. Pile up along the baseline. Dorsalis. Now, maybe not the challenges down low that we were exactly thinking of. But whatever works gets it back within 1 possession with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Heel already has 1 3-pointer, puts on the brakes, finds Brooks with the teardrop, and 1! Or is it an offensive foul? It is a charge. Brooks with his second, and there finally is the 7th team foul on Massasoit with 1:48. Well, they went about 7 minutes of game time without committing one. That's, you know, between their 6th, their 7th foul. That's kind of amazing. And again, you got to take advantage of that if you're MassBay, but you know, get lost and the forest down low. Oh wow, block by Francois, back the other way, dropped off Igwe, he is rejected. Go out of bounds, remain with Massasoit with 24 to shoot. I mean, you can't really fault MassBay for, can't see the basket for the trees, eh? But I'd take those chances somehow. Lobbed out Igwe, not Igwe, Francois, no. Rebound, Johnson has it. A chance to cut it to 1 or tie on this possession for the Bucks. Getting the screen from Nelson, then giving it to him. Mid-range, in and out. Burton with the rebound. Chance for 2 for 1 for Massasoit if they hurry, but you can see Francois going up for the highlight reel dunk and then losing the handle going up. Out of bounds, 59.6 remaining. And if MassBay can hurry, maybe they can get the 2 for 1. Nelson didn't cross the half-court line, so that's a legal pass back to Johnson. Full court press, the trap along the half-court line on McNeil, and now here's Osawe. Dorsalis drives, cradles, loses the handle out of bounds with 14 to shoot. MassBay would have to take one quickly here if they are going to get the 2-for-1. Dorsalis, spot up three off the inbound, off the glass. Rebound Igwe. From the elbow, in and out, but the rebound goes into the corner, saved there by Brooks. Straightaway three, right between the eyes for Dejon Burton. Shot clock is off, 2-possession game. So we're about to hit halftime. Johnson on heel. Gets a screen from Nelson into the corner, out of bounds off the fingertips of McNeil. 5.1, plenty of time for Massasoit to really put their foot down before half. They'll bring in Foreman. Oh boy. Some administrative stuff here. What is the magic of this gesture, eh? And why do we raise our right hand when we, swear an oath during testimony or whatever, taking office? I don't know. This one isn't going to count, despite the best efforts of Francois. Good defense in the backcourt there for the Bucks to that last possession after all that, craziness, and to avoid going further behind than they'd ever been in this game. But it's a 37-31 Massasoit lead on top of MassBay. Will take a timeout. Back with the second half from the Mount Ida campus of UMass Amherst in Newton, Mass. This is NJCAA Region 21 men's basketball here on LSP. Are you down with a sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web. Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP37. And we're also on Thumbtack and TCG Player if you're into that sort of thing. It's where the cool kids hang out. Welcome back to the second half of NJCAA men's basketball here on LSP. Sam Feely here with you from the Mount Ida campus of UMass Amherst in Newton, Mass. And it is the Massasoit Warriors on top of the MassBay Buccaneers, 37-31. Saeed Vasugi on camera. John Burton with 5, 7, 10, 12 points, or 6, 8, 10, 11 for John Francois. About as expected for the contributions for the Warriors. Two leading scorers already halfway or more than halfway to their season averages. Osawe with 4, McNeil with 4, Nelson with 4 for MassBay. Johnson with 1, 3, 5, 8, 11 to lead the way, and 8 for Lance Dorsless, but it's only been those 5 players who have actually scored for MassBay today. No no Braden Dunbeer. Hemel Vaughn and Jacob Baliquabwe have only made, cameo appearances to give guys brief subs in the first half of this game. And we'll see if that lack of depth may come back to bite the Bucks in this game. That would be a huge message to the rest of Region 21 if they can hang on, but instead, if they can come back. But instead, John Francois kicking off the scoring here in the second half with his first 3 of the game to give the Warriors their biggest lead so far, 40-31. Massasoit in blue, MassBay in white. MassBay's inability to draw more fouls on Massasoit after they'd gotten them to 6 with about 8 minutes and change to go in the first half may be a deciding factor, because it was not math may be a bit wrong on that, but it was about 7 minutes of game time between Massasoit's 6th and 7th fouls. I mentioned, the size advantage that Massasoit has down low. As you can see, Mavagos with the turnaround, no good. The rebound by Foreman, because that can open up to basically, you want those opportunities down low. You're going to be going against bigger, longer guys who can, defend you with less risk of committing a foul and just reach over you to swat the ball away instead of, contacting the arm or whatever. Sometimes you got to resort to tricks like that, what Johnson just tried to pull. But instead it goes out of bounds, it'll be Massasoit ball. That's where most of those fouls are going to be found. But, of course, it's been some self-inflicted wounds by MassBay as well. Seen, some easily avoidable travels and backcourt violations. Travel just 10 feet in front of their own net after Massasoit had scored. And, even though they have been using the full court press and the half-court trap, it wasn't even in response to a full court press that travel happened 10 feet from their own net. Oh, foul on MassBay here, and I'll be on McNeil. It's his first. So yeah, it's a tough one right now for MassBay to be going through. They've come back from some 7-point deficits a couple of times, but only taken very small leads in the early going. I believe Mavagos just got called for a moving screen here, and that is exactly what happened. So that's the second foul on Mert and the first foul of the half on Massasoit. So that possession ends up being a wash, and 2 minutes in, 40-33. Warriors on top of the Buccaneers. Dorsalis in the corner to Johnson, and now the long 2 is good for Lionel Nelson, and he's up to 6. 40-35. Largest lead in this game for Massasoit has been 9. Dorsalis, Euro step after the turnover. Looks like he's going to go to the line for 2 there as well. They got Francois, and that will be his second. That's the important thing to consider here, even with the 7 fouls on the Warriors in the first half, is that Francois and Burton, your 2 leading scorers for the Warriors, 21.8 points per game each, only had 1 foul apiece in the first half. So your key contributors not in danger as of yet. Dorsalis rattles home the first free throw. Shipping Shields are the trusted eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors for yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the promo codes on your screen and follow the link and more details in the description. Get a discount on your order. We do receive a cut of orders logged with those codes, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. 2 for 2 at the line is Dorsalis to get this to a 1-possession game here for the Buccaneers. 13 to shoot for Burton. Working his way in, picks up the dribble, kicks it out. Brooks, 8 seconds to shoot. Brooks lobs it down low and taken away by Johnson. Outlet to Dorsalis, meets a wall, shovels it off, and nope, turned over. Had the right idea, but Francois says thank you very much. In transition, Burton the leaner will go to the line for 2. .304 gone by here in the second half. Second foul on Zeke. Sawe, a little. Sawe's at Ja'Cory over there. No, Sawe's at the line, my mistake. A little hunched over there talking to Coach Hill is Ja'Cory McNeil. I'm wondering if he was hurt and we have to see another sub. That's not going to be necessary here. Brooks misses the first free throw. Burton missing the first free throw. And I don't know what the whistle was for, but kind of irrelevant. I'm going to call lane violation. Oh, boy. Hadn't even started to shoot, but 41-37 as Brooks makes 1 of 2 at the line. He's 6 of 8 rather at the line in this game. Oh yeah, that could be a backcourt, that could be a travel, that could be anything in between there. It was definitely, hell, it could have even been a 10-second. That was just stout defense on the half-court trap again by Massasoit, and that's what's robbed MassBay of some possessions that would otherwise make this a closer game. And no foul on that last play. We can see Igwe holding the back of his head after being unable to secure the rebound. It does remain Massasoit ball. 18 to shoot as it comes over to Brooks. Now the drive by Burton. It is a blocking foul, and it'll be 2 shots again for Dejon Burton. So they got Dorsalis for his 3rd, I believe, or they Nelson. They got Nelson, my mistake. Place guys back in position after I looked down for a second. And was in fact Nelson, because that was Dorsalis. That would have been his 3rd. For Nelson, just his 2nd. It's already the 3rd foul of the half on MassBay. Burton back to the line, and he sinks the front half. 42-37. Massasoit on top. And a reminder, folks, that is the penultimate game, actually, of 2024 here at MassBay. 2 weeks from today, we'll close out the 2024 schedule, at least for now. Other events may pop up. You know how to reach us if you want us to work your next event. We'll give you more details later. But CCRI and MassBay 2 weeks from today. It's our final scheduled broadcast of 2024. And we're going to have a stoppage here because the shot clock reset in full to 30 rather than 20. Just going to take 10 seconds off. 17 sounds about right. McNeil to trigger the inbound underneath the Massasoit hoop. Comes to Dorsalis in the corner. Coming out to the far side, Johnson. Working on number 5 counterpart, Brooks. Gets a screen from Nelson. Kicked out McNeil. Oh boy, nearly lost by Nelson. Kind of an awkward shot there, and be out of bounds to Massasoit. A lot of self-inflicted wounds in this game right now for MassBay. That's a tough one, but hey, no shortage of good plays. Osawe with the steal in transition. Oh my goodness! John Francois. Zutalor. Spot up 3 in the corner, Dorsalis in and out. Francois with a rebound. Burton, no. Rebound, Dorsalis. Faking the pass into the corner. Layup no good for Dorsalis. Out of bounds. To whom, though? Official on the baseline, when he put his arm up for the out of bounds, I couldn't tell if he was pointing towards Massasoit, but it was in fact off the Warriors. It'll be MassBay ball. McNeil to trigger the inbound. Lobbed out to Johnson into the corner. McNeil. Dorsalis. No. Burton with the rebound. Heel has 1 3-pointer. Back irons that one, and that'll go out of bounds. Ooh, oh boy. Out of bounds. Looked like it was off Vigwe, but off MassBay. So it'll remain Warriors ball with 5:36 gone by in the second half and a timeout called by the Buccaneers. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25. Wherever you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach, or broadcaster, or videographer, or whoever. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for all the deets. 42-37, MassBay trailing Massasoit. See if we can get updates on the Region 21 men's basketball game that's tipped off by now, and that was, what am I saying that was? CCRI and Springfield Tech, so I'll just pull up CCRI's YouTube, and, yep, oh. Look who's waiting for me. Yep. Like 17-8, Springfield Tech. On top of CCRI. 42-37, Massasoit. Spot up 3. Oh, it's a flop warning, it seems, on Omari Brooks. Is that what the call was? All right, so it doesn't result in a change of possession, but it was a Warning on Brooks, it seems, for a flop. Oh, boy. Stumbled by Burton. May need to break the mop out again. Now it's an offensive foul on Igwe. Second foul on him. Comes to Dorsalis, and another foul this time on MassBay, and that appears to be on Nelson, and that will be his third. Burton gets the screen, spin move, whipped over to Heel, got it back in the court, gets it back. Burton, 15 to shoot. He does some draw gymnastics here with McNeil, and that's a travel on Philogene. Johnson. Kicks it back out, spot up three, Nelson no. Rebound Philogene. Outlet layup, no good, rebound, oh boy, that is a hard foul by Osawe. Oh my goodness. Igwe is down, clutching his his rib cage there after the follow through by Osawe on his first foul. That's number 5 already on the Bucks. Less than 7 minutes gone by, and Coach Hilliard telling the fans who are calling Igwe soft to knock it off. I mean, that stuff can and will get you in trouble. Like, that can and will get your team in trouble if you're not careful. As Osai gets the rebound, but in transition, loses it out of bounds. And one for Francois, as Osawe commits another foul. Sorry, folks, just trying to catch my bearings here with all this kerfuffle, I guess. 44-37, Francois with the and won the opportunity here. Rims out, punched around. Burton secures the rebound. Another possession for Massasoit. It's a travel on Massasoit. Spot up three, air ball. Walking the tightrope for the rebound, McNeil. Head fake, leaner. McNeil up to 6. Now in transition, Brooks will go to the line as physicality ramping up here on the part of MassBay. Sometimes you got to send a message defensively down low, but that is Nelson's 4th. Tough spot to be in for one of the Bucks' best players. 4 fouls with still 11:59 left in regulation. Nelson, the team's third leading scorer behind Johnson and Dorsalis. Now he's got 4 fouls, and Brooks going to the line for 2. That one he cans. Nelson out, Levon back in. Two of the line. Goes Amari Brooks. Lead back up to the largest it's been ever this game for the Warriors. 46-37. 9 points. I've neglected to log in the scoreboard the last layup for McNeil. My mistake. But now the lead's back up to 9, 48-39. And things I feel like are starting to slip away a bit here for the Buccaneers. Fade away, and one for Dejon Burton. That's already 8 fouls now on MassBay, and it looks like Coach Hilliard wants a timeout as well. See if it's granted to him yet. And by the way, that's number 5 on Nelson, so Lionel Nelson is fouled out with still 11 minutes left. Actually, my mistake. That was on Johnson. I got the scoreboard wrong. It's the 3rd foul on Johnson. My mistake. Nelson already come out. I'm all right, folks. Told you I've been under the weather a good portion of this week. All right, 51-39. This is the first time this game that Massasoit has led by double digits. Massasoit out to a 14-8 run to start this second half. Get their lead to double digits for the first time. Now another turnover, and again, things starting to unravel for the Buccaneers. Burton, yes. $19 now for Dejon Burton. 53-39. Timeout. MassBay. When I say LSP is something for everyone since 2011, I by God mean it. Sports, live events, pet sitting and walking, tech help, errands, and more. Find all the information on our services by visiting our Thumbtack page or Linktree LSP37, or you can email yours truly, samfeelypbp@gmail.com, so we can proceed to give you what you need. 10:26 to go. Second half. 53-39. Massasoit's lead continuing to build more and more. McNeil, Johnson, Osawe, spot up three, yes. First three-pointer for Osawe. He's got 7. 53-42. From the free throw line, oh boy, DeJon Burton taking over. Crosses the 20-point mark. He's at 21 now. 1 point shy of surpassing his season average. And 1 for Lionel Nelson. Third foul on Brian Igwe. And the free throw is good for Nelson. "6-2 run out of the timeout for MassBay to get the lead down to 10, but still a long way to go, but also still a long time left in this match. Straight down brick three by Brooks. McNeil, Dorsalis, cross-court pass, Osawe, yes! Lead is down to 7 for Massasoit. 55-48, a 9-2 run now out of the timeout by the Buccaneers to cut the lead in half. Kick back out, Burton. Into the corner, Heel, yes! Oh, it's a 2. It is just they ruled a 2 or a 3. They put a 3, it's a 2, wow. Because they put 3 on the scoreboard. 57-48 is what I have. Oh, nearly 3 in a row, but thank you very much, says Osawe for the rebound and draws the foul. First free throw is good for Josh. Well, I have 57-50, if that was in fact a 2. The last field goal by Massasoit. Rebound, another chance for the Bucks. Second opportunity, and it goes on top of the backboard. Be Massasoit ball. There we go. Heel out of nowhere for the rebound. The stick back not there. And now the rebound to McNeil. Chance to cut it to a 2-possession game maybe for the Bucks. Johnson directing traffic. Offensive foul on Dorsalis. Mavagos swung around into the corner. Brooks rather. Kept alive on the baseline, and Brooks with a layup. Timeout, Massasoit. All right, we're good. It is, in fact, 59-50. We did confirm that the long shot earlier by Heel was a 2. I mean, the official right on top of it signaled a 2. Just, hey, listen, I'm not immune to that stuff. It did look like something looked like a 3, but when you have 3 different 3-point lines out there, you get all messed up. And 1 for Lionel Nelson, back out there with his 4 fouls. Front irons the free throw, however, does Nelson. He's got 11. 7-point game, 59-52 with under 6.5 to go. Brooks over to Foreman. Burton. Brooks. 9 seconds to shoot. Foreman whips it out. Brooks, no. Rebound, though, by Francois, and the stick back. 9-point lead again, 61-52. Whoa. Nelson nearly roll off his hand out of bounds, but retains it. Cans the close jumper. 61-54. Under 6 minutes to go. Tightly contested game. Buccaneers Hoping to pull off the comeback win. Stay perfect at home. The steal by Nelson. Johnson with the layup. It's a two-possession game, 61-56. Burton taking his time here. Now keep in mind the next MassBay foul is going to be the 10th on the Buccaneers. It'll be 2 shots the rest of the way for Massasoit. Warriors, however, have committed 6, so MassBay is right now in the 1-1. Osawe drives over the block attempt of Francois after getting past Mavagos. It is a 1-possession game, 61-58. Timeout, Massasoit. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it, or some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. LSP37.creative-spring.com for merch. Email yours truly for game videos. 61-58. Now, every game that MassBay has played this year has been decided by single digits except the 100-58 shellacking on Tuesday at the hands of Quincy. Quincy 5-1 overall and 5-0 in Region 21 play. Their only loss at Monroe University. They've beaten Roxbury by 42, CCRI by 39, UCAP by 34. That was actually the biggest win of the season for Quincy against the Bucks. But now a steal by Nelson. Chance to cut it to 1 or tie. Not there for Johnson. The rebound for Brooks and a foul on the ground. And it's going to be 2 shots for Brooks. Is that McNeil? It is. That's his second. And again, 2 shots coming. First one is good for Brooks. $13 points now for Omari. Make it 14. 63-58. Gotta be careful there. There's a half-court trap. Oh, it's off of Jacory. Under 4 minutes to go. Brooks forces the turnover after sinking 2 free throws. Deep 3 for Burton. Oh, man, just when it was a 1-possession game, all of a sudden it's 3. 5 in a row by the Warriors at maybe the best possible time for that kind of rally. A steal! Francois! Layup is good! What a run by the Warriors to get the lead back up to 10. Oh, hang on a second. Or was there a foul? There appears to be a foul on Burton. It was a technical, in fact, it looks like. So Johnson getting 2 shots. He sinks the second one. Wow. So the basket counts for Francois, but the technical on Burton, his second foul. 2 shots in the ball for MassBay, and what an effort. Oh no, it's out of bounds. What great hustle by Brooks to try and take it away. Another chance for MassBay to get back within 2 possessions, but oofa. Brooks trying to squeeze the life out of MassBay's hope here. Dorsalis, oh boy. And he just tangled up with Brooks there. Doesn't appear to be much worse than terrible. Too bad in the end, because worry about maybe either Dorsey is getting an elbow, and then after the initial contact, you worry about I haven't updated the score in a while, haven't I? I'm sorry about that, Jai-Sean. I am terribly sorry. Thank you for reminding me of that. Just got caught up in all this, whatever this is. That is the accurate score, 68-62. Massasoit on top. Thank you so much, Jai-Sean. I'm operating on one brain cell, as I have for basically the last couple of years. 68-62. That is your accurate score right now. I'm so very tired. MassBay not giving up. McNeil with the steal. That doesn't go, however. Another tough break for Nelson and company. Francois, and one. Dorsalis guilty of his 4th. Yeah. Let's point out the 2 points went to the wrong team on the scoreboard here in the gym, but we're good. So Francois going to the line. To go for his 23rd point of the game to match the number on the back of his jersey. There it is. So Francois and Burton exceeding their season averages in this game. The lead is 9 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go, and Massasoit not letting up. On the full court press, that forces the turnover. Francois picks up another steal. Incoming! Layup is good. And not quite. We usually set up with incoming for, but Osawe, the deuce. MassBay not letting up, 73-64. I am terrible at math right now and typing, apparently. 100 seconds left. Is this too little too late for the Bucks? I mean, Burton taking as much time as he needs, really, with this possession. And he eventually draws the foul, and that'll be number 5 on Lance Dorsalis. And it's been a tough pill to swallow this entire game for the Buccaneers. And with Dorsalis fouling out, they got to have stoppage to pick up to get his replacement in. But Dorsalis, the team's leading scorer, averaging 21.3 on the season. Only 10 in this game. Corey McNeil averaging 11.7 on the season. He's had a quiet game offensively. About half his season average. Massasoit, however, really coming into his own in this game. Injuries to some of the projected starters. Massasoit 2, 4, 7, 10, 11, 13, 15, which I believe is a season high for Josh. Now, in his defense, we only have 2 games. We have zero. Don't have all the games logged in the Region 21 website for all the stats. I don't have all the stats from all the games so far yet logged in the Region 21 website for the Bucks, but coming out party here for Massasoit in this game, but going to be all for naught in the end, it seems. Nelson with the stick back. It is 75-66. From the elbow, another one for Dejon Burton. 11-point lead for the Warriors. Coasting to the cup, and the deuce for Nelson. We'll go to the line to get 3 the hard way. Well, that would be the 5th foul, by the way, on Brandon Igwe, so that's going to give us an official's timeout for the Warriors to get a fresh body in. Three the hard way for Nelson. There it is. 77-69, under a minute to go. And I mean, are you saying there's a chance? And however, will be the 5th on Nelson, and that will bring Baliakwabwe into the game after Dorsalis had just fouled out, and Hemovan took his place in the lineup. Hey, these stats count all the same. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Of course you are. Don't forget to support us on the web. Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash your subscribe button. PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP 37. Also find us on Thumbtack and TCG Player if you're into that sort of thing. It's the right thing to do. 77-69. 2 free throws upcoming for John Francois. $25 right now, and up to 26. Two for 2 at the line for Francois, who entered play today only less than 60% at the free throw line. Layup for Ja'Cory. 79-71. They'll be out of bounds, but off of MassBay. Remain with the Warriors with 36.2 left in the game. Francois. This matches his is now his second best point total of the regular season. Anyways. I don't know. If the game against the Dean College JV squad counts as a regular season game, this would be Francois' second best performance of the season, because he had 30 against the Dean JV squad on November 1st. Against NJCAA competition, his season high was 26 in the win against Quincy on November 16th, but it's his third 20-point game against a NJCAA opponent. So had 22 against Holyoke and a 23-point win out in the Valley back on November 14th. (79-71). Feels like this game is gone on a lot longer than maybe it has to. Words. 79-71, and again, both Dorsalis and Nelson have fouled out for the Bucks, and nobody else who has taken off their warm-ups for MassBay. These are the 5 remaining for the Buccaneers available. You see on the court right now, Sawe, McNeil, Johnson, Levon, and Baliaquabwe. They'll be out of bounds off Philogene, and turnover to the Bucks with 31.4 to go. Clock did not start in time, so we're going to have to take some time off the clock. All right, I don't know. Coach Hilliard not happy with the stoppage. I mean, you folks and I all saw it. The clock didn't start in time, so I'm just trying to explain to Coach Hilliard that's what the case was. There it goes. What the? Osawi's down in front of his own bench. I don't know what happened down there. What? Osawi. I gotta go back on the replay here. What in the world? Let's make sure of this. Just going back in the he trip over the referee on the far side. I'm just sorry, folks. I know you can't see it right now, but I'm just going back on the replay here on YouTube to see what was going on. Well, it's like Zach Pickney is available for the Buccaneers here, and he's on the court right now. And really, why though? At any rate, 2 free throws forthcoming for DeJohn Burton. Well, you folks continue to watch the game again. I'm just looking at the replay here on the YouTube live feed. Just seeing just look at the replay. It feels like one of those dreaded non-contact injuries. Pickney with the rebound. Bounce around. Levon can't control it. Hey, good hustle. by LaVaughn into the corner. No good, and that'll do it. And mercifully, this one ends 79-71 in a game that did not feel nearly as close as the final score indicated. But, and the Bucks, staying within single digits of their opposition for the 5th time in 6 games. Alas, it is their first loss at home this season, and they are 3-3 in Region 21 play and overall in Massasoit. Now it's 6-1 and 5-1 in Region 21 play. Second best performance of the season by points, 27 for John Francois and Dejan Burton, 2, 4, 7, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19, 21, 22, 24, 25 for Massasoit's 2 leading scorers. Dorsalis finishes with 10. Josh Osawe with his coming out party, 2, 4, 7, 10, 11, 13, 15, 2, 4, 6, 8 for McNeil. Lionel Nelson helped out as much as he could. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 18. Zeke Johnson, 1, 3, 5, 8, 11, 13, 15 as well for him. But the depth and inability to really contend with the size advantage of Massasoit. I wonder how much longer the Braden Dunbeer absence is going to be a detriment to the MassBay cause. But Bucks fall. They're at 500. They'll be back here at Mount Ida 2 weeks from today for their last home game of the calendar year 2024. So with that said, this has been a presentation of LSP, something for everyone for over a decade. Copyright 2024, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of LSP is strictly prohibited. Don't forget, LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the codes you see on your screen at shippingshieldus.com and get more info in the description for a discount on your order. We do receive a cut of sales with which you use those codes, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. And if you want to continue to support us elsewhere, you can sponsor future content for as little as $25 a spot. Hire us to work your next event or whatever you need us to do. And you can buy some merch from the LSP store on Creator Spring or by emailing yours truly for game videos. And of course, if you're down with the sound, called LSP. Milberg is, Jyshawn is, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP 37, Thumbtack, and TCG player if you're into that sort of thing. Don't forget to subscribe. See you fine folks in 2 weeks from today for the final home game of 2024 for the MassBay Buccaneers when they will host CCRI. Once again, the final score for the Mount Ida campus of UMass Amherst in Newton, Mass. It is the Massasoit Warriors 79 and the MassBay Buccaneers 71. For Saeed Vasugi on camera and all my rowdy friends here at Mount Ida, my name is Sam Feely, reminding you forever and always, freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in. Fresh for 2024.